Okay, well, Frisbee started in the late 60s at a high school in northern New Jersey, where a bunch of student leaders got together, the student council and the newspaper staff, and played this game with a Frisbee on a parking lot with end zones and scored points. They had a good time. It spread in the area by word of mouth, and then as these folks all went off to college, they taught the game to people at college. It's gotten to the point where there are a lot of divisions to the sport. There's a master's division, a college division, the standard open division. There's women's divisions at all these levels. There's a high school division. So as you can see, there's a lot more organization than initially when it started. However, overall, it's still a player-run organization.
Frisbee is a competitive sport, but the very first rule in the rule book is spirit of the game, which is just have fun, be fair, and always be honest about what you call. I like a lot of the ideals of just the freeness of it.
You're on a field the size of a football field. It's not lined, it's not really structured, it can be any field. It's a disc and you got 8 cones to mark the field, and it's just 14 people on the field. It can be played anywhere. You don't really need a structure for people to watch or anything. So you're kind of, I don't know, it's almost in tune with nature or something. I don't know. And it's the elements, that you're very close to. So it's the environment and the people. Look, here at Penn State, it's kind of an obscure thing and probably always will be. And we've got people from all majors and disciplines. And look, we got somebody who drove across the country for another reason and decided to stick around and play. So. It's just people from everywhere. There really is no stereotype. Some people, it's all walks of life.
It's kind of a social thing. I hang out, outside of just playing with these guys, I hang out with them. They're my friends, and I enjoy that. And I guess there is kind of a social, cultural thing to Ultimate. And the people that play Ultimate tend to be pretty easygoing and interesting people in general.
Traveling to different tournaments in different places, weekend after weekend, and meeting the same people, whether it's in Miami or Boston or Buffalo or New York City or New Orleans. All these places I run into the same people from someplace else in the country that I saw last year or 4 years ago or even last week. So that's been a great aspect of it, and a lot of friends out there, and usually we manage to have a good party on Saturday night and renew old acquaintances. In some ways, the beauty of the sport is the fact that there's not a big hierarchical structure telling people what to do. It's a very flexible sport.
It's kind of in a transition, actually, right now, I think. It's coming out of subculture, kind of tending towards the mainstream. It's getting more organized. Basically, it's almost becoming commercial. I think in some respects, there's a tendency towards wanting to win more.
Don't let him out! Let him out! Start counting him! Count him together!
I think it would be a shame, for example, if Penn State, or if any university would hire a coach. In my mind, there's a great benefit from one of our players taking over coaching responsibilities himself. It helps that individual develop as a person a lot, and it certainly can inspire the team because it remains a group effort, a team effort, rather than something, being coerced upon you by an authority figure.
Nowadays, it's very competitive, even more so among college teams, and some words get exchanged every now and then that I didn't see before, and so it's sort of making it more of a win-win-win kind of thing instead of let's go out and have some fun.
There's examples where it's become mainstream and publicized, like the Cuervo tournaments, where Cuervo sponsors tournaments that the winner takes home $15,000, and that suddenly makes things much more competitive.
On man, your man now, Marky, your man, Mark! Nice D, come on!
I wouldn't like to see it become commercialized because I think even with some of the teams in New York that do have big followings, there is a bit of a spectator following, and there is a little tendency to strive to win at all costs. And so, you know, there is some sportsmanship lost probably.
Tighter! Tighter!
Bill, over a little bit.
So when you mean drop back, do you
Come
mean
on, tighter! Drop!
Yes.
Real danger in it becoming organized is that the players themselves are going to lose the input that they can have to the sport. It's going to be the coach's input then. The players aren't going to be the players themselves, they're going to be the coach's players. That's a danger of it becoming too organized.
Yeah. Come on, D! Come on, D! You're man! You're man! You're man! Get on! Space, Omar! Dick, get in space! You gotta be up!
I can't see it becoming totally mainstream. Frisbee players dream about it, you know, being varsity sports, being an Olympic sport. And for some, I could lose something if that happened.
Defense! Come on, D! Come on, D! Get down there! Stick him now! Deny it all! Deny it all! Yeah, Omar! Yeah, Omar!
Nothing, Sean.